The following portion of Acadiana Live is sponsored by Matthew James Financial Group.
Matthew James Financial Group can help you prepare for retirement and be confident that your savings aren't going anywhere. Here's John Blanchard with some tips and a special offer at the end. Preparing for retirement can be stressful, and if you're feeling nervous about your investments right now, you're not alone. Joining me now for Taxes and Retirement Tuesday is Acadiana's retirement strategist, John Blanchard. John is a financial professional with Matthew James Financial Group, and he's a popular radio show host. John, the market right now, as you were saying earlier, is not the best, I'll say. So what can we do to help ourselves?
Yeah, so I mean, we're officially in a bear market. I mean, these last several weeks, really since the beginning of the year, it's been pretty ugly. But these are things that it's time to if you haven't, it's time to look at, you know, what you have. Most people have been taking a passive strategy to investing, buying and holding it for the long term. And the problem there is that when you're dealing with volatility, especially for people that are retired, whenever you're withdrawing money on negative months, negative years, that creates a massive negative impact. You create a lot of vulnerability in your investment plan. A lot of people are very nervous about running out of money whenever you're losing money. And so the problem is that we have to take this scenario and change it to where you have a better outcome. Let's say if you go to the Lafayette Airport and they have a flight going to Maui, which would be pretty cool. But let's say the stewardess, before they close the cabin door, would say, look, we just want to let you know that we have a 52% chance of this plane landing in Maui. What would you do?
Freak out?
Yeah, and probably, get off the plane.
Oh, exactly.
So the thing is, we have to look at how much risk you're actually taking. And so if you have a risk score, success score, something that's very low, where you have a low probability of having money for the rest of your retirement, it's because you're dealing with too much volatility. You're too vulnerable, you're too exposed. And so it's a matter of course correcting.
Now, you said that people are nervous, obviously. So for those who are nervous, they might be scared to make moves right now. But why would you say, or should they be making moves even though they are nervous? Will making moves help us?
Yeah, so well, you have to look at where we are today. The market's still overpriced, even though it's fallen roughly 30%, over 20%. So the thing is, we have to look at this and say, okay, how can we make some changes in some areas, maybe not in others, to where we can put ourselves in a better position to where they can minimize any extra losses. So there's a lot of different types of models you can use, or different investment strategies in general. But the thing is, we got to look, okay, how much did you bleed so far? Can we basically prevent any more bleeding, and how to basically make that money back the right way, the safest way. The key thing is, in your retirement, if you can minimize the volatility whenever you're withdrawing money, you can have a longer outlook on keeping the money for the rest of your life. Most people are worried about running out of money. The last thing you need is your 401k to turn into a 201k. Nobody wants to unretire. Nobody wants to be forced to go back to work because they ran out of money. So we have to look at what they're doing and create a strategy to where they can get the money they need. And it's not using some kind of income vehicles. It's just the right way of withdrawing money, but reducing the risk that you're taking.
And as far as our portfolio, how can we make sure that our portfolio reflects the stage of life that we're in?
Well, so that's a good thing. Well, we need a measure. So we do a financial EKG where we're looking exactly how much risk you're taking and looking, okay, is that the right investment for what you're trying to do? You know, there's a certain amount of money that you need to gamble with, quote unquote. And so, but we see so many people coming in and they're investing like they're your age, you know, or they may be in their early 40s. And so these are things that you got to look at, because if you're 65 and 70, you know, investing, taking the risk that a 20-year-old or 25-year-old or 40-year-old would be taking, that's a big problem. So we have to look at minimizing that moving forward.
For you guys at home, if you want to learn more about preparing for retirement, John has a great offer for you right now. For the first 5 callers, he is offering a no-charge, no-obligation, full-blown income plan just for you. This will allow John to schedule an office meeting, phone call, or video call so he can speak with you personally and provide you with a roadmap going forward. Again, this is all at no cost. The number to call now is 337-366-8366. Thanks so much, John.
No problem.
We'll see you guys next Tuesday for more taxes and retirement tips.